Hello students, this week we're learning about mystery novels, and I wanted to talk about some titles that have been really popular here at St. Perpetua School. As we talk about these, if one or two or more of these books sound good to you, you can write down the title either in your mini genre book or just a piece of paper. And these are books that you can check out and borrow from our school library. So I wanted to start with a favorite called The Sherlock Files. It's a series of books. This is the first book, called The 100-Year-Old Secret. And the Sherlock Files are based on twins, Zena and Xander, who are the long-lost relatives of Sherlock Holmes, a famous detective. And when they discover that they're related to Sherlock Holmes, they start solving his cold cases, the cases that he never solved. And the first one that they solve is The 100-Year-Old Secret. The Red Blazer Girls has always been a popular mystery here at St. Perpetua School, and I think that's because it is set in a Catholic school. So four girls who go to school in a Catholic school discover a mysterious person. One day they're sitting at school and they see something mysterious out the window, and they decide to investigate, and they stumble upon a big mystery. It's a good book, well written as well. The 39 Clues, this was very popular a while back. This is a series of books, and each book is written by a different author, but they're all really well-known children's authors. So this first book is written by Rick Riordan. He's the guy who wrote The Lightning Thief and all those series of books that have to do with Greek mythology and Egyptian mythology. In this book, though, it tells the story of two young people, Amy and Dan Cahill, who discover that they have inherited this huge fortune if only they would be the first ones in their family to solve the 39 clues. And each book has a mystery in and of itself, and then there's the longer term mystery of the 39 clues that you gather with each book that you read. There's not 39 books in the series, more like about 10 or 12. But in each book, you pick up clues to help you solve the long-term mystery. And these are fun, they're well written, they're filled with adventure, and it's family versus family competing so that they'll win the fortune. A to Z Mysteries, a classic series. There is one for each letter of the alphabet. The first one is called The Absent Author. These are all written by Ron Roy. And this is a situation where a boy writes to his favorite author, but all of a sudden he finds out that maybe this author's been kidnapped, and so he decides to investigate for himself. Last year, if you were here at our school, you may have got to meet Mac Barnett. He's a great author of children's books, and he came out to talk to us specifically about Kid Spy. Kid Spy is the somewhat true story of Mac Barnett as a child, as he has been called by the Queen of England and has a secret mission just for Mac to solve. These books are written with a lot of humor and a lot of illustrations, which makes them fun and easy to read. The Vanishing Emerald, this is a Maisie Hitchens. We have a couple of Maisie Hitchens mysteries. In this Maisie Hitchens mystery, she is itching to use her sleuthing skills, she and her faithful dog. But it seems like every last mystery in London has already been solved. But then all of a sudden, a priceless emerald disappears, and Maisie is on the case. The Mystery of Eagle's Nest. This is a nice one for those of you who like camping and the outdoors. A lot of these mysteries are set out in wilderness. This particular mystery, Cooper and Packrat find their geocache box. My husband's a big geocacher. Find their geocache box full of illegal eagle parts. Their lazy summer is now over. Someone wants those valuable parts back, and if they can't get the parts back, they'll settle for holding one of the rare Pine Lake eaglets hostage instead. Very high adventure, hijinks amongst the boys, entertaining. Sammy Keys, there is a huge series of books written by Wendelin Van Draenen for this mystery detective, Sammy Keys. This is the first one in the series, called Sammy Keys and the Hotel Thief. And I just want to read a little excerpt from this book to give you a taste of the humor to see if this is something that might appeal to you. Grams told me my binoculars were going to get me in trouble. And it shows a picture of Grams and the binoculars. I just didn't believe her. See, Grams worries all the time about the way I dress, the food I eat, about me getting home on time, and especially about nosy Mrs. Graybill seeing me come and go. It's not like I try to upset her. I try real hard not to. It's just that somehow Grams winds up worrying, and I usually get blamed for it. So when she'd see me looking out the window with my binoculars and say, Samantha Keys, you mark my words, those things are going to get you in a big heap of trouble someday, I'd just say, mm-hmm, and keep right on looking. I figured it was just Grams doing some more worrying about nothing. That is, dun dun dun, until I saw a man stealing money from a hotel across the street, and he saw me. Gives you a little sample. A new series of detectives. These are written for young adults, but I think they would be fine for 5th grade, probably 4th grade too. Ruby Redford, Genius Girl Spy. They're written by Lauren Child. You may recall her name. She's written a number of children's picture books. And in this one, it says, rule number 1, you can never be completely sure what might happen next, especially when your new butler just recruited you for an undercover organization where break-ins, daring rescues, and life-or-death situations are all in a day's work. It's a good thing Ruby Redford can keep her mouth shut. Can't she? A very popular series. The first book in the series is called The Name of This Book is Secret. And again, just to give you a little sample. If this were a normal cover for a normal book, I would tell you that this book is fantastic, gripping. According to their covers, all books are fantastic and gripping. You'd meet the brave young heroes. You'd hear about how a mysterious box of vials and the symphony of smells sends them on a trail of a magician who has vanished under strange and stinky circumstances. If this were a normal book, I would brag about the hair-raising adventures that follow, about the brain-twisting riddles that they must solve and the nefarious villains they face. But sadly, I can't tell you any of those things. They might make you want to read the book. You see, not only is the name of this book secret, the story is too, for it concerns a secret, a big secret, that has been tormenting people like you for over... Oh no, did I just mention the secret? It's too late. I'm afraid nothing will stop you now. Open the book if you must, but please tell no one. The name of this book is Secret. If you'd like to try a classic series, the Boxcar Children has been around since I was a child. It's a very old series of books, and yet these mysteries are still popular with young readers. In this one, the Boxcar Children, which are 4 siblings who live in a railroad train boxcar, Henry, Jesse, Violet, and Benny help out in a candy factory and get a taste of mystery too. Mrs. Winkles needs some extra workers at her factory, and the Aldens are happy to lend a hand, but the work is not as sweet as they had anticipated. Workers are quitting, machines are breaking down, and strange messages are showing up on candy hearts. Now the Boxcar Children need to find out who's behind all this trouble before her business melts away. We have a few books in the series. If you just type Boxcar Children, you'll find the different books we have in this series. James Patterson is a well-known adult author. He's one of the most prolific authors. He's probably written more bestsellers than anyone alive today, or pretty near close to it. And he decided to write children's books too. And one of the series that he's written is called Treasure Hunters. And in this one, the Kidd family has never backed down from a treasure hunt. In their newest adventure, the Kidd family searches for the lost treasure in the frosty Arctic. And these, if you just type Treasure Hunters, you'll find a number of these books as well. A few years back, Penny Warner came to our school and talked about her series of mysteries called Codebusters. Codebusters are 4 kids who formed a club, 2 girls, 2 boys, and they solve mysteries. The fun thing in Codebusters is there's always some element of secret code. And so you get to learn a different type of secret code, whether it's semaphore or flags or Morse code or something. There's always some type of secret code that is also part of the mystery. The London Eye mystery I don't know how many of you have ever ridden on one of these Ferris wheel type contraptions. They have them in major cities all around the world. I think they just put one in San Francisco, I want to say. Anyway, in London, it's called the London Eye. And so the mystery is that this boy has been sent to kind of watch out for his cousin for the day, and they decide to take a ride on the London Eye. The boy goes up in the device, and when his car comes down, he's not in it. And now this boy has to solve the mystery because he has to bring his cousin back home. Very well written, very exciting, the London Eye mystery. And the last one I'm going to talk about today is the Sisters Grimm. This is also a series of mysteries. The fun thing about these is they have a fairy tale theme to them. So if you know, a lot of fairy tales were written in German by the Brothers Grimm. So this is a play on words by calling the series the Sisters Grimm. And there are these various fairy tale characters that will come to life and engage our young male and female detectives in different mysteries. The first one is called The Fairy Tale Detectives, and there are about 6 books in this series. So that's it. Hopefully one or more of these books have sounded good to you. They're really great mysteries and a great way to get started to try the genre.